Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Onto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Long only brothers be edified. What we see, this picture that we're seeing that was sent to me this morning. Highly spiritual, highly motivational, highly, we're at the end, okay? We are at the end. And what you're seeing right now is a picture of the Euphrates River. I don't know the time lapse, but it's significantly shrinked. But it's not just the shrinkage part, which the Euphrates River, I believe it has been shrinking since 2014. There's a video out there showing, there's a couple of videos actually, and normally when I do this close production, I'll find a video to put it with it. I think there was one that which government? I think the Jordan government had put in the middle of it. My brother had did a video on it too, and it was like this tower that they put in the middle of the Euphrates River, and you could tell how it went from nearly all the way to the top to what it is to this very day, which is now it looks like more of a tower. It don't look like how it once was, like something small that you just, And the reasoning why this is happening, because it's all prophecy, showing that prophecies are being fulfilled. But one of the main things that brother has sent, which you could clearly see, if you know that on the Greek alphabet, at the bottom, you will notice that it has an omega sign, all right? And that omega sign, the omega sign means the end, all right? That's what it means, the end. And that's heavy. So not only is the river Euphrates drying up, like the prophecy said it would dry up, that we see signs of what? The omega, who's synonymous with the term omega. Which, you know what? I got this from the elder brother Yashawamba, the water, if you see this video. Before I get that, Revelations 1:9, it says, matter of fact 11, it says, saying, matter of fact I'll start at 10. I was in the spirit on the Lord's day, and I heard behind me a great voice as a trumpet, saying, I am the Alpha and the Omega. All right. In the Hebrew, it would be, I am the A and Ta. All right, Ta in the Hebrew is the last alphabet, which is the X, which resembles an X. But in the Greek alpha, which the alphabets, English alphabets, mainly all the alphabets stem from Hebrew anyway. But the Greek is what Esau liked to say when humanity pretty much started. So the Lord said, I am the Alpha and the Omega. So let's look up the word Omega. And as you can see, how, this says Omega. So it's like a horseshoe. All right. This is the last letter in the Greek alphabet. The last. It says the last letter of the Greek alphabet that is figuratively, finally, omega. All right, you don't need much. So the Lord's basically saying He's the Alpha and the Omega. He is, and what He's gonna say, saying I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in the book, and send it unto the 7 churches, which are in Asia, Euphrates, Ephesus, and Smyrna, and to Pentecost, and the Tertia Tyria, and unto the Sadines, or Sades, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Lacedonis. So these are the churches that he was, John was told, commanded by the Lord himself to send this word out to them. But the point is that he said he's the Alpha and the Omega. A couple more. Matthew's, real quick. 24. Let's start at 6. No, 4. And Yahushua answered said unto them, take heed unto that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that thou be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. It says, For nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are the beginning of sorrows. So all these things that the Lord is mentioning over here are signs, okay, of his coming. So you just had that great earthquake, all right, which I believed. Of course, everything is in the hands of Yahweh Shemel Shai. There's no denying that. All right. But I believe through the Spirit, and brother in Las Vegas did the video last night as well, that earthquake may not have been just a regular earthquake that hit that region. I believe, and I'm not the only one, believe that was the heart program that caused that earthquake, because Turkey, for the past, I don't know how many years, they didn't want Ukraine to be part of, they wanted to get out of NATO, and they didn't want Ukraine to be part. Ukraine, Switzerland, and Finland, I believe. So they didn't want to move certain ways. So it won't be a shocker. It's not far-fetched. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy fact that Esau is not pleased with their behavior, and plus they always had something against Syria. All right, so these things are happening. These are all signs. Okay, there's another one in 2nd Ezra. Get that real quick. See if I 2nd Ezra 9:1. It says, and he asked me then, said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when I see as part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shall thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And isn't that a great sign? All right, and it's prophetic. Let's go into the prophecies, because that region has a lot to do with a lot of things. Revelation 16:12, it says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates. Now the great river Euphrates is part of the 4 riverheads written in Genesis. All right, so something of that significant importance that's been since the dawn of time is all of a sudden drying up. All right, all of a sudden it's drying up. So you have the Euphrates, you got the Tigris, the Nile River, and the Red Sea. But in the book of Revelations, it speaks clearly that the great river Euphrates is dry. It will be drying up. All right. It says, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. So the ways of the king of the east, the kings of the east, who's in the east? Speaking of what? Russia, China, North Korea, all right? There's a great assembly that's taking place in the Middle East, all right? And the table is being prepared. Zephaniah 3 and 5. No, I'm sorry, 3 and 8. I'm sorry. Zephaniah was Zechariah. Slack him. No, this is Zephaniah. I could be wrong, but maybe Amos. No. I'm gonna feel foolish, but hey, it is what it is. Zephaniah 3 and 8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." So the Lord's determination is to gather the nations. And the place of that gathering, it so happens to be around the great Euphrates, down there in Saudi Arabia. So everything is, everything is set. So there's going to be plenty of land, so to speak, for these armies to gather up. Okay? There's going to be plenty of land that they're going to be to gather up. Because the Lord is about to let loose on we at the end. If that's not a clear-cut sign, I don't know what to say. Joel 3, I thought I started at 9. It said, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man," which is what? All these nations have historic kingdoms of great warriors, and since a long time they've been kind of lulled to sleep. So the Lord is stirring up that spirit that's dwelling in them to go all out for war, and they could use whatever they want to use as the catapult for their freedom, for their family, for the economy, for who's going to control the new world order, all in that same sense. But they moved in the spirit of the Lord. Daniel's my favorite 10 and 12 tells you that the Lord was telling the king of Persia what to do. All right, so which goes into Revelations. The matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I'm gonna make this short. Revelations 9 and 14, it says, "Saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates." So that shows you that what? The angels are out there playing with the minds of men. Not playing, they're just telling them what to do. And it's all leading to that World War III. Alright? And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for a hour, a day, a month, a year, to slay the third part of men. So the great river Euphrates being dried up is a clear-cut sign of what's to come. The end of Esau, his kingdom. All right, so this is exciting news. This is exciting things to see. That the Lord gave us a one hell of a sign. It says, read this quickly. I'm about to end it out. It said, "Wake up the mighty man. Let all men of war join near. Let them come up. Beat thou beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So no longer these nations are incapable to defend themselves. They all have ICBM nuclear missiles. All right, they have the technology. They are at equal grounds with America. All right, they were in equal grounds with America. So it says, assemble yourselves and come, O ye heathen, gather yourselves together round about, to cause that mighty ones to come down. O Lord, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which means Yahweh Shaphat. All right, Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fatness is overflow. For the wickedness is great, the multitude in the valley of the decision. For the day of the Lord is near, in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord also shall roar out of Zion, utter his voice. For Jerusalem and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people, because utter destruction is coming. All right. So this is a great, beautiful sign from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. We are at the end of it all. So that being said, I hope you brothers edify. Shalom to you elect to the nation of Israel. We're almost out of here. Literally, we're at the end. Shalom.